Chapter 2. Ride home. The tournament had ended, and so had Gohan's paces towards his father, which we've already discussed why Gohan is failing at that and has really no reason to, unless he, is lazy. While the others continued to talk on the airbus as they traveled home, he quietly disengaged from the conversation and gazed out the window to try to distract himself. However, that did little to quell his emotions. His anger continued to grow. The events of that day had tapped into the memories and feelings he thought were long gone, or at least resolved. Flashback. Using instant transmission, his father appeared in front of him as Cell was nearing self-destruction. I'm going to need you to take care of your mother for me. Tell her I didn't have a choice. Huh? The 11-year-old Gohan was quickly beginning to understand what his father was doing. Goku smiled, that same smile. Bye, son. Then within an instant, both his father and Cell were gone. And yes, I'm using Team 4-Star dialogue on there. Why? Why are you shocked? No, come back! Gohan cried out. End flashback. The access of the day opened a floodgate for him and began to relieve all the instances of once his father left him or made decisions that hurt those around him. All the instances your father left him. Okay, let's start counting. He left during Raditz. Oh wait, he died. He left Earth. No, wait, that was you who left Earth to go to Namek. He stayed behind to finish Frieza off, which makes sense. And then he left to fight Cell. Which, still seems like a noble decision considering that everybody was after his ass. He couldn't stop his mind from bombarding itself with memory after memory. It grew more upset by the minute. Come back. Come back. Go back. Go back. His own voice echoed in his head. But his father didn't come back. For 7 years, by choice. That wasn't the only time it happened. Yeah, because he realized that he was going to get everybody killed. How could I be so stupid? He muttered to himself. I trusted him with Pan. He did what he's always done. He left. He glanced at the seat behind to see his daughter still asleep. His fists clenched as he remembered how upset she had been just a few hours before when his father had left. Then go after him. You just said you have an Airbus. That's technology way beyond ours. We don't have flying cars. Shoot, if I had a flying car, I would visit a lot of people in Japan by now. You can fly. You can sense ki. Go to him. The image server opposed itself on his own memories that kept replaying in his head. Enough is enough, he told himself with determination as he faced towards the window, unaware that Piccolo and Videl were both watching him with worry. Again, go. Sense his ki. Go. If you're dismissed, go. Fly. You can fly. You have super speed. You can fly. I really don't see how this is a problem. Goku's like the strongest person on the planet. Let's go. 5 seconds. Oh, there he is. Before too long, the Airbus had arrived at its first destination, Kame House, and left those who lived there. Good job at the tournament, you guys, Krillin says he sat down to feed his family. While his comments were definitely directed mainly towards Goten and Trunk. Who the heck is Trunk? Oh, you forgot to add the S to Trunks. They apply to everyone who had participated that day. You guys go home and get some rest. It was like Pet and Brother all way ahead of you, Bulma commented, pointing towards the two youngsters who were in the backseat, resting against each other. Yeah, it's been a pretty dusty day for those two, Master Roshi added, especially Pan. Gohan had to fight back some more emotions. He looked once again at his sleeping daughter and saw two images. One was of a strong girl capable of defending herself, while the other was of an innocent child, still naive to the world and ignorant of its cruelties. All he wanted to do was protect her from the people who may do her harm. people like his father. Uh-oh. Gohan, I want you to pause and think about what you just said for a second. I want you to really, really think hard about that. He snapped back to reality when Videl responded to the old martial arts master. Yeah. See how kind of day? Gohan just smiled at them, unable to talk at the moment. Well, I guess I'll see you guys around, Krillin said. Then the laughing Mara said, hopefully we'll get to see Goku sooner than later. There was a brief pause. Everyone had different reactions to that statement. But overall, it was laughed off, because it was typical not know when they would see the Saiyan again. Okay, everybody, give me something. Work with me on this. I'm amazed that even TT realized just how stupid that comment was. And this is one of the reasons I love Super, because it basically took that whole statement, that whole line about seeing you over 5 years. It blew its ass out of the water, destroyed it with a Genki Dama, whisked it back, and then destroyed the whole 5 years thing hard. So it can never be whisked back again. Guys, you can sense Ki. Goku should be the one to come to you. You could go to Goku. Just get off your lazy, fat, untraining, over-reliant on Goku asses and walk. Just fly. Go over to him. See him. Say hello. Talk to him. Hell, even when it's just Bulma who says it, it makes no sense. What? Did Bulma just not go over to Goku's house all those times Goten must have visited Trunks? Or go over to check on TT every time Trunks visited Goten? What? Did Goten and Trunks just meet in some secret burial ground or something? Despite the fact that Gohan continued not to show it, Videl and Piccolo could sense how angry he was. Videl knew he was hiding something deep. That's when she noticed Piccolo looking at him as well. Namekian's face was serious. He briefly looked at her, then back at his former protege. If anything, this made Videl even more anxious, as it verified her beliefs. Fortunately, nobody picked up else on the tension and just burned beneath the surface. Goodbye! Krillin and his family waved as the plane started to ascend into the air. Goodbye. Hope to see you too. Trunks and Goten responded while waving their arms profusely. As soon as the plane reached its desired height, it took off with amazing speed, creating a gust of wind on the small island. Krillin continued to waving until the plane vanished from sight. Once it disappeared on the horizon, he loudly says to sigh, I think it's time for dinner in that bed. I'm beat. As everyone else headed inside, Mary remembered what her father said only a few moments ago. Daddy, when will Uncle Goku be back? She asked. I don't know, honey. Her father replied, and looked up at the sky. I haven't seen her this excited in a long time. He then looked back down at his daughter, placed his hand on her head, and smiled. I'm sure he'll visit soon, though. Back on the plane, conversations continued in a hushed tone, as not to disturb Pan and Bra, who were still sleeping. So, Goten, are you ready for school on Monday? Trunks asked, leaning back in his seat. Yeah, I guess. I still need to work on my report. Goten responded without too much enthusiasm. He turned around to face his brother. Oh yeah, go on. Did you tell Videl that Trunks and I are both to have the same teacher you guys had when you started or at Star High? Gohan, who had been looking down at Pan the entire time, broke out of his trance. Huh? Videl butted in, repeating the question in her response, since he knew her husband had not been paying attention. No, Gohan didn't tell me you guys have the same teacher that we had when we first started going to Orange Star High. Wow, I wish that sentence could have been shorter. Is he still considered one of the strictest teachers there? Trunks laughed as Goten sunk down his chair. Yeah, he's pretty strict on me, Goten moaned. That's because you always daydream and don't do your work. Trunks teased, laughing harder. Goten slunk deeper in his chair. That's because his class is so boring and his work is so hard. Usually I would just exercise with Dad, hoping that would help me focus, but we always ended up training late. Goten! TT's voice boomed around the plane, waking up Bra and Pan. You've been slacking all your homework! Hey! Trixie thought you were going to hold off on the TT bashing! That wasn't Chi-Chi, Bassie. That was just how I hear Chi-Chi's voice in my head. Oh. Wow. You hate her that much? Yep. Goten grins. He had forgotten his mother was listening. Chi-Chi, weren't you the one who was focusing Goten on his training? It's not that bad, Mom. It's just high school's new and training makes me relax. You know, Chi-Chi, dumbass that you are, you do know you could set aside an hour or two for training and then the rest for homework, right? You can help him set schedules. It's not that hard. Just have Goten come home, set aside an hour for homework, another hour for training. It's not that hard. Day-to-day planners exist, right? You do know what those are, right, you bitch? Seriously, worst character of anime. I promise I'll study harder, he continued. You better, Goten, she demanded as he sat back down. From now on, no more training until all your work is done. Yeah, I'd never expect Chi-Chi to have a good voice around this story show. Goten sighed. Okay, Mom. He responded while gaining his composure, now that he was not receiving his mother's evil glare. Then, it just came out of his mouth. Without even thinking, Goten sat right back up in his chair, folded his arms and mumbled. Well, now I told you would have anyone to train with since Dad's not going to be around, and who knows when he'll be back. Trunks. You can train with Trunks. He's over there, a sparring partner. The entire Sun family looked up at Goten, who was looked at his mother when he realized what he had said. Chi-Chi just faced forward with a disgruntled look. I didn't mean... Goten tried to apologize, but was cut off by Gohan, putting his hand on his brother's shoulder, the look telling him not to say anymore. The rest of the plane ride was held in awkward silence. Panda tried to inquire about when her father would come back for a visit, but was quickly hushed by Videl. Go to him. Fly. Learn how to fly. You have flying capability. At one point, Chi-Chi had to turn away because a tear went down her cheek. How could this happen to me? She knew Goku was like this, often out seeking adventure, but she missed having time with him. Chi-Chi, were you not the one who basically said, fuck it, I don't care if Goku dies, right after the Saiyan arc? As a matter of fact, every single romantic instance of you and Goku is pure, unadulterated filler. After all, so much had been taken from her in the past 2 decades. I'm surprised you allowed yourself to spend any time being happy, Chi-Chi. His mother's emotion didn't go unnoticed by Gohan. Gohan, I want to say things about your relationship with your mother, but I'll move on from that. It was only added fuel to the already burning fire within him. It was getting harder and harder for him to remain silent, but he knew he had to keep his cool. He didn't want to cause a scene, especially in front of his daughter. There was a sense of relief from everyone when they had reached their second destination, the Sun residence. As they started to descend, Gohan looked out the window at his current house, then at his childhood home. So many memories had been attached to the latter, and yet most of those memories didn't include his father. He wondered if that old house would ever see Goku again at all. The sounds of the engine began to fade as Goten sat up and stretched. They had landed. There needs to be a comma. Gohan and his family exited first, followed by Chi-Chi, Goten, and then Piccolo. Goodbye! Bulma waved, trying to ignore the tension that had been in the air crowds earlier. No, Bulma, my darling, come back to me! Trunks gave a slight smile and waved. See you at school, Goten. Bye, Goten shouted back, ascending the aircraft. Everyone gave goodbye as the vehicle took off in the direction of the priest's home. Chi-Chi turned to Gohan. I'll get dinner ready for all of us. You three come over when you're all washed up. She then turned to her youngest son. Go, Tin, will you get some firewood while I start preparing the meal? Titi, why don't you let his wife prepare the meal? You know, Videl, over there. Oh God, you're that smothering. You're going to control his life even after he's an adult. Gohan looked at his mom and smiled. Sure. It appeared that she had gotten over the comment he made on the plane. She smiled back at him and walked towards her house. See you guys in a bit, Goten said to his brother and took off to complete his chore. Okay, we'll be over shortly, Gohan responded. He turned back to his old mentor. Piccolo, you be joining us?
Not tonight, Piccolo replied. I need to get back to the lookout. I told Dende before he left the tournament that I would be quickly behind him. I wanted to see you guys home.
Goten in the air and, after giving Videl a quick glance, said his goodbyes before flying off. The family waved goodbye until Videl looked at her daughter. Well, we better get ready for dinner, huh, Pan? Pan immediately perked up. Yeah, she agreed. Videl giggled. All right, I'll get you some new clothes while you take a bath. She went inside. Gohan and Pan were right behind her, but before going in, Pan stopped. What is it, sweetie? Gohan looked down at her, and down to the horizon she was looking. The sun was almost completely set, and the sky was decorated with pink, orange, and purple colors as night began to fall. Grandpa always wants to sunset with me before dinner. See, her voice held sorrow in it. When do you think he'll come back? Gohan's face turned serious, but it went unnoticed. I don't know, Pan. Why don't you hurry up inside and get ready for supper? We don't want to keep Grandma waiting. Okay. No. Gohan, she said for the three of you. She's not going to be making dinner for Videl or Pan, because she's that type of bitch. Radiating happiness as she smiled at her father, quickly skipped aside. Gohan stood outside his house as the last remnants of the sun disappeared. He knew nothing would ever be the same. After everything that happened today, he made a decision, there and then, that Pan would never want another sunset with his father ever again. It was over. So, what's going to happen when Pan becomes a teenager and gains the ability to fly and sets ki? Are you going to keep her from him, or are you just going to let her be her own person? Because I'm really curious about that answer. And be careful. One of those answers turns you into a hateful character.